Hi everybody, welcome to a new week. I cannot believe that we are in week 4 of our Science is Everywhere theme. So it's our final week being scientists with our theme. Our theme for this week is how can objects change? So Mrs. Yost, Mrs. Hoover, and I are all going to be doing some experiments this week to show you how things can change. So it should be an exciting week. We also have 2 birthdays this week, May 3rd and May 5th. We have Brenda's birthday on May 3rd and Slayton's birthday on May 5th. So we wanted to sing happy birthday to both of you for this week. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brenda and Slayton. Happy birthday to you. We hope you guys enjoy your week and have a lot of fun with your family this week. So I have a new letter person here to introduce you to. This is our very last letter of the alphabet that we've been learning. It's the last letter. It's not actually the last letter of the alphabet. That's Z. We already did Z. But can you tell me what this letter is? It is letter X. This is Mr. X. And Mr. X is different. He thinks he's very different. Can you see why he thinks he's different? Let's let him introduce himself and maybe we'll find out. Dear friends, I'm Mr. X and I'm different. The way I walk is different. On my hands, not my feet. The way I see the world is different. Upside down. Even my home is different. I live on a houseboat on rolling river. I like being different. Did you know that we are all different in our own way? I think it is because we are always growing and changing. Have you changed this year? I bet you have. Can you find my hidden letters? Here's a hint. Look up at my feet. Get a good look at him. Let's see if you see anything around his feet. I think it's on this one. Can you spot anything over there? Do you see his hidden X's? There's 2 of them, yep. And his capital X and his lowercase x on the back. So our question of the day for Mr. X is, do you like to do experiments? We are going to be doing so many experiments this week. Now, experiments doesn't exactly start with the letter X, but it's the second letter in experiment. It's EX. So we are going to learn about Mr. X's, what he brought in his me bag today. Let's see what he brought to us. X is a really tough letter. So he drew us a little picture of an X-ray. Good, X-ray. And this is another picture he drew of an instrument. Do you know what this is called? Starts with the letter X. It's called a xylophone. A xylophone. So those are his 2 favorite things. He also brought a little story to share with us. And we'll read this one and then we'll read his welcome book too, his welcome letter. This says, Am I Like Max? Written by Mr. X. Illustrated by Patty Silver. Max ends with the letter X at the end of it. This is a box. That is a box. Is this box like that box? The word box ends with the X sound too. This is a fox. That is a fox. Is this fox like that fox? The word fox ends with the X sound. See if you can tell me what word ends in the X sound this time. This is an axe. That is an axe. Is this axe like that axe? What word in that page ends with the letter X? If you said axe, you are right. Axe ends with the X sound. This is Max. M-I like Max? And Max ends with the X sound. So let's see Mr. X's story. Mr. X is my name, and I say hello. I'm really different, I want you to know. I walk on my hands, different it's true, but I like me, and I like you. So Mr. X likes all his friends, even though he's a little different, his friends like him too, just the same. All right, let's listen to Mr. X's song. Let's check it out. What a nice song. We should like anyone, even if they are different, a little different. And that's nice. Mr. X likes all his friends too, and they all like him. So we'll put Mr. X right here for now. We're going to look at our Fundations card. So this one is a tricky one. I know I don't like these ones. We have X, but what is this a picture of? It is a fox. What letter does fox start with? If you said F, you are correct. Fox starts with the letter F. Now it ends with the letter X. If you hear the X at the end of the word fox, that's going to be your X sound. So we're going to say X, fox, X, X. Can you make that noise? It's a little silly. X. So X, fox, X, X, fox, X. It's kind of like an S, but not really. You're going to X. So I wrote a few words behind us, and I'll show you. Okay, so here is our letter X. I'm going to show you how to write it, and then we'll go through some of the words that begin with X, have X in them, and end with X. So all of our capital letters are going to start at the skyline. So we're going to start at the skyline and do a slant all the way down to the grass line. So a big long slant to the grass line and stop. You're going to lift your pencil up and go back to the skyline and do another long slant down the other way across to the grass line. You're going to want to make your cross right on the plane line. So you're going to want them to intersect each other right at the plane line. So that is a capital letter X. Your lowercase letter X is exactly the same, just smaller, and it's going to stay in between the plane line and the grass line. So you're going to start at the plane line and do a small slant down to the grass line and stop. Lift your pencil back up, and you're going to slant back the other way. you're going to want to make them cross again right about halfway in between the two, and that's your lowercase letter x. So X is a tricky word, a tricky letter. There's not many words that start with letter X that I could think of. I have X-ray, a Xerox, like a copy machine, and a xylophone. The X ends quite a few words though. So I have ox, fox, fix, mix, six, axe, and fax. Some of these, the X is the second letter. So if you think of the word exit, it starts with E, even though it sounds like an X. Exit, excited, excellent, expel, export, and experiment. So those are all of our letter X words that I could think of. I'm going to send home in the email as well your letter X worksheets for this week. The xylophone worksheet, and then your letter X's. We have a bunch of handouts from Mrs. Hoover and Mrs. Yost as well, so everything will be attached on your email. So we hope you enjoy this last week of being scientists and doing a lot of experiments with us. We hope you guys have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye!